If you've ever struggled to stay consistent with your run, walk, run, well, you're not alone. Sometimes life gets busy, travel, family, stress, and even the weather. I'm trying to get a run in this morning before it rains this afternoon in the next couple of days. But here's the good news. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. And in this video, I'll show you how to stay on track even during your busiest weeks, using a little smart planning, a little flexibility, and some mental reframing. So tip number one is redefining what consistency means. Let's bust a myth. Consistency does not mean going out there and running 5 days a week or never missing a workout. What it does mean is showing up, getting out there week after week to do your run. One week you might run 3 times, and next week you might run 1, but you're maintaining the habit, and that's the key to long-term success. So drop the guilt, ditch the all or nothing attitude, and give yourself credit for showing up. So tip number 2 is make running automatic. The easier it is to run, the more likely you are to do it. So make it part of your routine, just like brushing your teeth. Do things like lay your running clothes out the night before. Plan ahead what days you want to run. Put it in your calendar. Set reminders to go do it. When you make it automatic, you take away the mental energy it takes to decide. Just do it. So tip number 3 is short runs still count. Seriously, on a chaotic day when you don't think you have a lot of time, lace up your shoes, go out there and do a few intervals, run for 10 to 20 minutes. That movement can lift your spirit, lift your mood, and continues the habit of running. And guess what? A lot of those little short runs end up sometimes being a lot longer than you planned. So short runs count. Now, tip number 4 is to use the run, walk, run structure to your advantage. What do I mean by that? Well, the beauty of run, walk, run is it's flexible. You can adjust it to fit your mood, how you're feeling. For example, if you don't have a lot of time, you got a lot of energy, use a high ratio. Maybe run for 3 minutes, walk for 30 seconds. But maybe you're low energy, maybe you're not feeling good, you want to get out there and run, use a 1-to-1 ratio, run 30 seconds, walk 30 seconds. Or maybe just feel stressed, just need to get out there, kind of use a low ratio, but make it more walk focused, less run focused, just to get you out there and get you moving. So the structure of run, walk, run gets you out there, keeps you moving, even when life gets chaotic. Tip number 5 is create some no excuse options. So when life gets in the way, have a few backup plans available. For example, if it's too hot, well, maybe you go early in the morning or late in the evening, or maybe you run inside, do a treadmill or elliptical or something like that. If it's too dark, well, there's lots of great headlamps out there. Use a headlamp, running on a well-lit path, of course. If the kids are home, maybe you have a sitter, or what my oldest daughter used to do when she'd go out for a run, she had twin kids, they would go along with her on their bikes. So look for options that you can do with the kids. Maybe you're slammed at work, well, can you squeeze a 10-minute run in before dinner? So these no excuse options kind of eliminate the hesitation or the friction that could cause us not to run. So get those figured out. So tip number 6 is track your wins, not just your workouts. So don't just track how many miles you run, but track your wins. Give yourself credit when you go out. For example, I ran even though I was tired. I got out there for 15 minutes instead of 0. That's a win. I did my longest run in 3 weeks. That's a win. When you celebrate consistency instead of perfection, it helps build that momentum to keep you out there running. So my last tip number 7, is give yourself grace. Sometimes life wins out. You might miss a run, might miss 2, might miss a whole week. But that's okay. The goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to keep coming back. The progress loves persistence, not punishment. So be kind to yourself, lace up, and just keep going. So being consistent with run isn't about sticking to a rigid plan. It's about weaving running into your life and making it a habit, making it something that you show up and do. So let's recap the 7 tips. Redefine consistency. Doesn't mean you have to do it 5 days a week or 3 days a week. Just get out there and do it. Automate your routine. Put it in your calendar, lay out your clothes, things like that. Count short runs. If you can get out there for 10 minutes or go out and do a few intervals, that counts. Use the flexibility of run, walk, run to your advantage. Adjust your ratios and your times depending on how you're feeling or the conditions of the day. Prepare your no excuse options. What are you going to do if the kids are around? What are you going to do if dinner time's closed? Have those thought out ahead of time. And celebrate your small wins. Even if you get out there and run, no matter how small, no matter how little, that's a win. Celebrate that. So lastly, give yourself grace. Don't punish yourself if you miss some things. The big goal is just to show up and do the runs. So which of these tips can help you? I'd love for you to comment down below. Let me know which ones that you use or have used, or maybe you have other tips you would like to share on how you're consistent in your run, walk, run. Now, if you're an avid runner and you would like more tips on running, please consider subscribing to my channel. But I do appreciate you being here today. So remember, run smarter, go longer, stay ageless. Thank you.